a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone.
Hello, YouTubers. So today I actually am bringing you another Little Bites episode. I kind of wanted to give a little piece of advice on sort of one of my philosophies of life. I've not always been the happiest, the most positive guy in the world. In my life, as I've gone on, as I've gotten older, I've had to kind of find a way to find my own happiness in the world. Excuse me. So it's kind of I find that it's kind of almost a choice. You have to choose to, look past the tough times and choose to think about good times. Choose to kind of get over bad things that happen to you. Take it from me. Trust me, that's a lot easier sometimes than it sounds. So I just want to give you one example of kind of how I try to take a positive outlook on life rather than let life get you down. So one example is, for example, if you really honestly stop and think about it, from a perspective of working, from your day-to-day work, it's kind of a little depressing if you ever really stop to think about it. And so that's why, for me personally, I have a different philosophy for how I think about it. So I mean, if you think about it, you're a little kid, then you grow up, you go to kindergarten. Well, once you hit kindergarten, first grade, you're in school. More days than not, Monday through Friday, except obviously over the summer break. You're in school most of the day. Then, you come home and the day is yours. But say as you get into you get later into your school years, a lot of people take on a job. So this means now Monday through Friday you've got school, and on nights and sometimes weekends you've got to work a job. After you graduate high school, you go to college, and so that takes up a lot of your life. And again, then sometimes people have a job outside of that. After college, you get a career, and then you have to work the rest of your life, and typically Monday through Friday. So you think of it like that. Most jobs in this day and age, if you're lucky, are like a 9-to-5 type thing. So okay, you think about that. You basically wake up in the morning and have to go straight to work. Then you work 9 to 5. You get home You get home at night. By the time you get home, it's like, 5:30, 6, sometimes later for some people. So you only really have a few hours before you just have to go to bed and do the whole thing all over again. So if you think about it, I mean, if you really sit there and think of it like that, it can kind of get kind of depressing. So that's why, personally, I always think of it with kind of a different philosophy. I just think of it like I get to work in the morning, and I try to, hopefully I'm at something I enjoy. So I do that. I do that for while I'm there, and what I think of is I look forward to going home. I think, awesome, in a few hours I get to go home, and I can just relax and, watch some TV, do whatever I want, maybe go out, hang out with some friends, maybe have my game night, whatever. Then, as the days, as it gets closer and closer to Friday, I look forward to the weekend and think, awesome, I have a couple days I can sleep in, I can have, fun, I can do whatever I want, I can sit around and watch TV, go out with friends, see family, stuff like that. So, I kind of think of it, I take it on a day-to-day basis instead of thinking like, oh my God, I have to go through this whole day of work just to go home and barely have any time till I have to go to bed. Then, then I have to, I'm like wishing my whole life away, wishing for the weekend. So I like I said, I kind of try to take a more positive spin on it and think of it like, great, I get to go home in a few hours and just have the day to just relax. And great, after a few days, it'll be Friday and I can go home and have the weekend. So it's just little things like that. I've always kind of, as I've grown up and found that sometimes you have to kind of make your own happiness, if you know what I mean. So leave me comments below. Do any of you know what I mean? What are some of your little tricks for thinking of life with a positive spin and whether or not you are trying to make yourself a glasses half full kind of person? Okay, YouTubers, thank you. Have a nice day.
Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are running when you're down, when you're strange. Faces come out of the rain when you're strange. No one remembers your name when you're strange.